Right, a very good morning, or good afternoon, or even a good evening. We are connecting from different regions or different locations in terms of the geographical space. Thank you for connecting with us. Thank you for making yourselves available for the day. This is just yet another day that is very exciting for the unleashment of our potential and for the extension of our talents and our abilities. And, to the majority of us or to some of us, it's going to be a discovery of the new thing. And once you discover that which is new to you, don't make your heart to be rigid. Don't make your heart to be very hard. Make sure that you are preparing your heart to be convenient as well as, fertile and favorable for the germination of the new seed in the economic space, which is called the fourth industrial revolution, as well as artificial intelligence and the new ways of making money. If it's for the first time that you connect with us, type 1 on the chat section so that we are able to welcome you with our way of doing things. Make sure that you type 1 on the chat section and we will actually welcome you on our session. On our session, the majority of people are on their way home from the mother city. Yesterday, we had a very exciting members training as well as a presentation in Cape Town. The majority of people were converted to understand the new model of making money, or the 21st century business model. So we've got only one person today who is new in our session. Guys, we did not do our job. We did not invite people to the presentation. That's called the jealousy of opportunity. But be that as it may, thank you very much for the opportunity that you gave it to yourself, and we welcome you. That is Kwenza and Sinawa. Welcome, 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 welcome. This is called a Sunday testimonial session where we dine together in one table and we discover a story of an individual who happened to get an opportunity of the cryptocurrency space and never lodged into that space, also discovered diversity of opportunities within the space, and that is the free franchise that the company that we have partnered with is actually offering to us. Deborah, welcome. Welcome, Deborah. So this is one of, the sessions that, the majority of people, when we talk about cryptocurrency, they want to test the system. They want to put the finger, in the wounds of Jesus and diagnose if there is, money that is accumulated within the space. So we make sure that on Monday, we are giving you a full presentation with regards to cryptocurrencies and the opportunities within. And also on Thursday, we do the same. And then on Sunday, we are giving you the taste of our medicine, which is called the testimony within this space. Today, I have, a very hard-working lady who is an asset in our organization, which is called Fox Nation. And today we will dine together. We will cross-question each other. She will respond to such questions. If you have your own question that you want to actually pose to her, you can as well write your question on the chat section. So today, it's not about me. It's not about, fully fledged presentation. Today, it's called a Sunday testimonial. But of course, we've got new people that just joined us. They want to know what is Bitcoin. They want to know the opportunity within. We might just, summarize that, but the full presentation will be granted to you on Monday as well as on Thursday. My name is Vusi Nofugela, born and bred in Mamfre and currently residing in East London. I'm a very excited individual, got the space in 2017, and in 2019, Mining City came into existence. I joined the wagon, and it happened that I thought and anticipated that it's a wagon, yet I did not know that it is a cow train. Migrated to that to be a jetter, a private jetter. So I am a partner and a member of Mining City. I bought a mining plan, which was then a standard plan, and someone borrowed me that amount of money. I did not have it, even though I was employed by the municipality or I was working for the municipality. And, I was living a life that you would say it was a pleasing life, yet to me it was an artificial life because I was giving you the life as per anticipation, as per speculation, as per anticipation. So I did not have financial freedom by then. I did not have freedom of time. I was swallowed in in the depth, and I had so many stop orders. I would switch off my phone on the 25th, and then I would wake up the following day without a single cent. I would normally go to, the financial institutions, your bank, your insurance companies, and, I would make sure that I reinforce my salary with such. So I was that particular individual who was having a bruise and, credit score, my stability and, my appetite when it comes into the issues of money, it was on a dust level. Why? Because, I thought that by venturing into the municipality, I would be that individual who will be having, a lump sum of money. And I was just an assistant officer, but the opportunity came into my space. I grabbed it. I was schooled then on the network marketing space. I grabbed the opportunity because I was told that you don't have to convince people. Share your story. I shared my story, got so many people to join under me, and then I had to fire my boss because it was a second opportunity that I got, which became a primary opportunity. So ever since then, I've been a very, individual that is excited on a daily basis. Today, I have cash flow. I've got, businesses that are giving me money on a daily basis. I'm opening another one on the 1st of, October in East London, which is another branch, of my business. I've got other businesses which act as my cash flow on a daily basis. On the other side, Mining City is paying me on a daily basis. At the very same time, I talk about that. I gossip about that. I talk to my friends, talk to, my acquaintances. I talk to my, associates. More importantly, I talk to my enemies and make sure that I don't make money alone. Even my enemies, they form part of making money in this space. So today, I'm bringing someone who's going to give you a testimony as to how did she manage to escape the red race, to escape the financial bondage, and to find herself into a financial emancipation space. So good people, let's welcome together our leader. Let's welcome to, where is she now? It's hot in here. I even lost my guest. Where is my guest now? Where is my guest? Let me make her a co-host, right? Let me make her a co-host. I do not see that. Leadership, are you able to open your microphone? I don't know what happened. Hello, 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 hello there. Leadership Sia, please make the leadership the co-host, that she is able to unmute herself and to have the abilities to ventilate and evaporate her interest for today. It's gonna be a very interesting moment. It's gonna be a very exacerbating moment, and I need a fan. I need an air conditioner. And assist me. Let's welcome together our leadership, one of the favorite ladies that we have in our space, one of the people who are an asset, a generator behind the light that you see in Fox Nation. Leadership, welcome to our space. Leadership, ndiyenze ukuba ndibe ne-Schweppes ecaleni kwami namhlanje.
Here's my water. Cheers.
Leadership, how are you today?
Thank you, leadership. I'm fine, and I'm in Newcastle. Remember, I just did a presentation now.
Wow.
Just finished not long ago. So yeah, I'm in Newcastle right now. You will see the pictures and everything, leadership. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
How does it feel to just, go away and take care of the interest of other people without them even inviting you to their problems? How does it feel to find yourself in the shoes of other people's problems without them inviting you?
It feels so good, leadership.
Yes.
I remember I used to stay here in Newcastle, right? And that way I built my business and not knowing anyone, because when I started, they were like, you don't know people here. How are you going to build your business? But I cannot forget them, leadership. That is where I have built a business here in this town. That's why I can come back and tell them, guys, we're still pushing this. We're still having a mandate of educating 600,000 people. Lose hope, So it's like, it feels like home. And every time I'm interacting with the team, like, you know what, you cannot forget where you come from. Because even if it was hard when I started, this is where my business started, and this is where I made a lot of money, in this particular small town. So yes, we came and we wanted to start a fresh leadership to say, Newcastle people, we see you're quiet, but I know you are here. We can get other people. Let's push this and let's create a team, a better team, probably than what we had before. Yeah, so it feels very good, leadership. And also the educating part, when you get people in the room who say, I'm hearing Bitcoin for the first time, and then you understand that there's still a lot of work to do. There's still a lot of groundwork that we must do, educating the people so that they can also benefit, or they can also taste this financial freedom that we are talking about.
Wow.
Yes, leadership.
Wow. And that was just, an ice break for our guest speaker for today. Leadership, just a brief, profile about you, and how did you come up to actually meet even the term Bitcoin, and how was your reaction the first time you heard about it?
Okay, my background, I didn't even say my name to those people who doesn't know me. I'm Thembi Sithole, originally from Putadichaba, right? And I've got an honors degree. When we were growing up, they said you must go to school, get a better education and all that.
Sure.
So I did all that. And then I started working. I didn't struggle with anything. And as part of my upbringing, I'm one of those people that don't have like, that had a better background in terms of what we were doing at home and my family. So I was always surrounded by money because my grandmother sold something, my uncle owned stores, taverns, whatever. So every time when I was in my upbringing, what I knew was I'm used to this soft life and I must push it. So for me, it was paying it forward. In everything that I did, I wanted to achieve so much in my life. So when I remember when in high school, they used to ask us, what do you want to be when you grow up? So my friend, we were doing standard 7. What is that grade now? He wrote LLB, law, whatever. And me, I just said CEO, MD. In my head, I always imagine myself sitting in this long boardroom at the end, at the top, like, you know, these are my people. And today, my friend is a judge. You know, don't underestimate the words that you say in your life. Today, that friend of mine is a judge, as we speak.
The power of
and
the
I am
spoken
the
word.
CEO, and I am the CEO. I am the MD of my organization right now, my own organization. So I did go to university and I started working and leadership through my entire career. You know, I've always been a high achiever. I've always had good jobs, jobs that I will say they pay good salary.
Sure.
But as time goes on, I realized that I have many working experience. But one thing that was never changing is when you're an employee, you don't have financial freedom, no matter how much you earn.
Sure.
At the time I was employed, I was the senior manager at the mine. I was earning a lot of money, but there was this thing that is not sitting well with me to say, in as much as I want a nice life, whatever, but this life of being in debt is not for me. So in 2012, I started my own company. I registered my company. In my head, I'm like, I want to be that CEO. You know, I've always wanted to be my own boss. Ne? And no matter how much people thought I was earning a lot at the time, obviously it was a lot. In 2014, when I resigned to start my own thing, I mean, I was earning about 60,000 a month after deduction. That is a lot of money to some people. But for me, it wasn't a lot because it was going all in debt. And after month end, I'm left with nothing. You understand? So in my head, I'm like sitting like, this is not the kind of life that I want. I want to start my own business. That is when I resigned from my job in 2014, right? And then hearing about, so when you start a business, there are a lot of things that you need to learn. And to people, don't try this at home. Like resigning without having started that business and making money out of it. Because me, I just resigned. I was fed up of being broke because here you are, you have all these beautiful cars, but they are not yours. You have this beautiful house. It's not yours. It belongs to the bank. Because what the bank will do to employees, they will give you that fictional life because they give you lots of credit, especially when you are a high income earner, you know. So that life was not the life that I wanted. I could obviously get a bigger credit card. And when I want to go to holiday, I will increase my limit. Leadership, when you earn a lot, the banks, they give you credit like you won't believe. Ne? And you will think that is the life. You know, when you call, I don't remember the last time I went to a branch. Never. When I was at that position, you will always pick up a phone and like, hey, can you increase my credit limit? You're thinking you're living the life. They will give you 250,000 credit limit. What do you do with it? You swipe, you go on holiday, you're thinking that is the life. But I realized that, nah, this is not the life. This is a trap. This is dead, over dead. So I then started my own thing. Like, unfortunately, for me, it didn't work according to plan.
You paid the school
that was
fees.
in 2050. Yeah, the business that I thought is gonna work for me because I was sick and tired of being an employee. So I thought, okay, my card says MD or CEO, then I'm sorted. So that's why I say people mustn't try this. They must know exactly what they're getting themselves into. Unfortunately for me, that is where I lost everything. Where the way things went wrong at the time because of many other factors in terms of business, in terms of contracts, in terms of whatever you planned, and then it doesn't go accordingly. So then the question was, what do I do now? I don't have that Mercedes Benz anymore. I don't have that 4x4 anymore. I don't have the house anymore. So I had to think of something now that I must live. Bills have to be paid, That's when I started going online to search because I liked soft life. That life wasn't mine. The life of lack, it was the first time ever in my life experiencing lack. You understand? I was old at the time. Imagine living your whole life. You haven't experienced what I experienced in 2015. Nah? You
Man,
the first time in your life you make a please call me. I didn't know how a please call me is done. I learned so many things in that year. It was shocking because I was older. I mean, you think of how your kids used to live all of a sudden. I mean, my kid had iPhones long time when they came into South Africa. They used to that life, but now all of a sudden everything is gone. What do you do? So I had to stand up and look for something. That's when I searched on the internet. So that's when I started getting into Banois, like you put 100 rands, you get something out. So one of them, that's where I met the word Bitcoin because they used to say you must pay in Bitcoin. So this guy was the pioneerist of note. Then he taught us, guys, there's this thing called Bitcoin. And then he started telling us about it. So it was in 2015 when I first heard of Bitcoin. And at the time, because I didn't have any money, I didn't participate because I'm like, oh, I don't have money. But I started a little by little opening a wallet but not understanding fully. But that is when I started knowing about the word Bitcoin in 2015.
Wow. Leadership, you've got a different story because the majority of people are coming from a marginalized situation when it comes into finances, when it comes into family background. You've got this, nurtured life that you got, since your tendering, stage. And all of a sudden, you lose everything and you are getting into fumbling and perusing and up until you get the name Bitcoin. Now, after having heard and after having opened and established your wallet address, and then what happens after that?
Okay, so I used to get involved in lots of, when I say binois, I mean a lot. When you are trying life, you try this one, you try this one, and you try this one. So a lot of things. But at the time, then I met a lady online, Queen Koza. So then this lady said, you know what, I've been seeing you, we were with the Banois all the time, because I wanted money and I didn't have it. So I'm like, let me try this, let me try. And for me, it was so painful because the thing of not having money, I was feeling envious. It was like, I can take a board and go on the street and say, these people standing on the side of the road. So that's how I felt at the time. And it was painful for me because I've never experienced that. But at the same time, I couldn't just fold my hands and do nothing. So I started going online. I met Queen Koza. She told me about this network marketing story, And I'm like, no, I don't have money. And then she said, you will find it. So what I did, leadership, one day, I'm a woman of faith. I think that's what kept me going because I could have been and I could have gone insane, whatever was happening at the time. So I started praying about this. And one day it was like God said to me, wake up, we have a brain, use it, And then I started looking around. I realized I've got lots of expensive stuff. in my disposal with the life I was living. So I started selling. I started selling my bags, my leather bags, my tablet, whatever you name it, so that I can come. This lady is sitting on my neck, leadership. She's like, you will find that 1.5. I'm like, I don't have it. Like she said, you will find it. So I started selling stuff. I got the 1.5. I put it, I registered and then started selling with that Bitcoin wallet. I started putting money on it, right? Until one day I opened my wallet, I have $500. So you can imagine how happy I was because I started selling everything I could get my hands on. That's why when people say I don't have money, I'm like, I didn't have it as well either at the time I started with this Bitcoin and network marketing. But this is what I do. And I think if I'd advise you to do it, let's do it. Because I said, no, I know I'm going to get better things, you know, at the end. So that's why I started with this Bitcoin and network marketing. So I met Queen, she introduced me to the network marketing and Bitcoin. But I joined with the money from what? From the things I sold, my own stuff, you know. At the time, it was painful. I don't want to lie to you. If you've never been poor, you don't know anything. But at the time, at that age, while I'm old and now I'm experiencing this, but I couldn't just sit leadership. I just stood up and say, let me sell my tablet. Let me sell my laptop. Let me sell. I sold everything that you can think of selling. That's how I got the $500. That's how I started my network marketing journey.
Leadership, very interesting. I want to take you back a little. Now, the time you were struggling and thinking of many opportunities that you can venture in, yet without money. How was the situation of your children? Remember, they were used to getting everything. They were used to getting everything whenever, you know, whenever they need. Mommy would say, take a card and swipe. Mommy would say, I'm going to bring it back because there was plenty full of things. The life was so in abundance. Now there's scarcity. There are no resources. There's no income. There's no business. There's no what. How was the situation of your children?
No, they went through hell. That's what I can describe, you know, and not exaggerating. Because remember, my youngest at the time was around less than 10 years old. And he was used to nice things. I mean, we lived in Joburg. For us, Santin was his playground, you know, Monte Casino, this. And now you're living in this small town, Newcastle, with no money. But I think at the time, I had to try and get, like, let's say you learn where cheap things are. You cancel your children because they're not used to the lifestyle. The elder ones also, because they are used to, like, mom, you know, this one will call me, mom, I need money. You know, I will park on the side. I will cry my heart out because this child doesn't understand. And he was a teenager. He couldn't understand, where is the money? We don't have it, you know. So that was the most painful part of the journey, where I saw my kids suffering. But I kept on telling them, they know, mommy prays. And like, mom, pray. You know, things are going to be fine. I kept on assuring them that things are going to be fine. But there was no, you know, I remember our first anniversary with my husband. We didn't have money. So the young one asked, why you guys are not going out, you know? So we had like Brian, like a 20 rand divorce. And then that's what we did. But I will talk about fast forward later on because that was the first one. It was hard. It was hard. But I will tell you about fast forward the fifth one, what happened. Yeah, but with the kids, it affected them. But because we pray and we trusted God that the situation will change. So you can imagine when things started turning around, we were, you know, we were all excited, we were all happy, back to our own lives. And yeah, but at the time, during that period, it wasn't nice at all. It was very painful.
and you were introduced to network marketing, and the majority of people, when you talk to them, they would always want, the tangible evidence that what, Bitcoin has done for you. So how were the humble beginnings of your life in the network marketing space?
I think one thing that drove me, I did my own research about, I always sold stuff. All my life, I was surrounded by money. I was always selling. So anytime with the network marketing business now, I'm like, I had to research. I have to find out the people who are in this business. And I realized that some of the products I was selling, they had network marketing component, but I never knew about it. I just knew how to sell, So in the early days, I will use other people's stories because I didn't have mine. I'm like, this thing is gonna work. Look at so and so. They have accumulated this within a very short space of time. So at the time it was difficult, but I will even talk about my upline. She resigned from her job as a manager in the financial whatever. And then it means that this thing works. So what I used to use the most was using other people's stories in the business. Like, look at this so and so, they have achieved so much because of this business. So that's how I started building up to my story.
Wow. If you just joined us or tuned in, we are sharing the success stories within the network marketing space. We are very excited to expose people, with good stories. Within those good stories, you will, experience their setbacks, and you will learn, how did they convert their stumbling blocks into the stepping stones. So we've got our one of our leaders in the network marketing space in an organization called Fox Nation, in a partnership, with a company that is called Mining City, which is our hosting partner in the mining of cryptocurrencies. So leadership, you started your journey, and one thing for sure, you were looking to change your financial situation. Did you happen to make money from the onset, or when did you see the results as to your interest of venturing into the system?
Okay, I started making a little bit of money. It wasn't the same like before, But I think in 20, a little bit. I started now going back to my shop, my favorite shops. I started going to Willis. Remember at the time, I used to go to this shop that I don't even enter now today. So like now, my life was coming back a little bit. But the leadership, where I saw a breakthrough in 2017, right? No, 2016. I started, remember, 2016. And because remember that time, all my cars have gone back. That's when I managed. I could see I'm making money. That's where I managed to swipe my car. It was not a Mercedes-Benz like the one I used to have, but the feeling I had, it was not the 4x4 I used to have, but this one was mine. It was a Polo, but I'm telling you, I was like so excited. Like, okay, now I'm swiping it. You know, that is when I saw the power of network marketing. That you could swipe a car, And 2017, the milestones in 2017 also, it was 2017 when I saw the changes, ne? And beginning of that year, it was like, I'm challenging God. My mother is turning 70. I should have money for a big, big party, because I used to do nice things for her. For her 60th, I bought her a ticket to go to Zimbabwe for a week, 60th birthday. So 70, there must be standards. But through network marketing, I managed to even pay service providers. Few months away from her birthday is in December. and she had the best birthday
Wow.
ever, you know. So those were the results. I could see this money is coming. I kept on pushing, I kept on working, you know, until today. I'm still pushing, I'm still working. But the
Wow.
feeling, the nicest feeling of knowing your financial situation can come through educating other people as well, because that's what I did. You know, when I was in school, I was one of those who was on the nose makers list all the time. I will even stand up before the teacher comes in. But this time I was like, okay, this thing of talking is gonna make me money now.
Wow.
You know.
Wow.
So I grabbed that. I made it like every single day. I must make sure that I speak to someone, because speaking to someone means what? Means I'm getting money. So I started
Wow.
seeing the results that time, leadership.
Wow. Leadership, quite a very interesting story. If you have any question from the audience, if one is having any question, drop your question on the chat section. And also, if the story talks to you, just, you know, give me, right? You are referring to yourself. Just, you know, give me to show that the story touches your interest. It talks to your core interest, you know, in our session. So leadership. So you migrated from the wealth stage to a scarcity stage to a better stage. So how is the situation currently, and what are some of, you know, the items that you can tabulate and say, this I got as a result of network marketing. This I got as a result of network marketing. And also on top of that, how is the situation of your kids currently now that you are, you know, full force or full time in the network marketing, and network marketing is like your source of income solely?
Okay, I think let me start with the kids, ne? Because
Sure.
of network marketing, I could assist. My son is now, my firstborn is now overseas. You know, so mommy could assist to buy a ticket for him to go and live his dreams, you know.
Wow.
So that was one of the things that my son is a sound engineer.
Wow.
Then he wanted to go overseas. So it wasn't a big deal for mommy to say, okay, now I can help you, you know, go out there and fulfill your dreams. That is one of the things that network marketing did for me. And the other son, I could assist him to start his new life. You know, flats in Joburg are expensive, right? At least I could say, okay, here is the double deposit. Go there and start your own life. So we also are with him in this business in Mining City. So he's staying there, and because it was easy, you know, to give him the money, you know, and the younger one is also happy now that he's not gonna struggle for anything. He also, I'm teaching him about crypto. He has his own portfolio, you know, he's 15 years old now, and he knows that he's not gonna work for anybody else in his life. So he always, besides mining, plus he has his own crypto portfolio, because they listen to YouTube and other people. So, but through crypto, they've seen mommy's life has changed, right? And then leadership, one of the things that this business did personally now, remember our first wedding anniversary? What did we do? We had a bourse for 20 rands, right? Because when he lost everything, it also affected him. So we were all in this together. And then our 5th wedding anniversary, this business made us to go to Dubai.
I rest my case.
5 years. 2015 to 2019. You know, we started as we saying the parties, the after party is gonna be in Dubai. But for us, it was more than just being in a group. And when the trip was cancelled, we said no, we are going. So that's what we went. So you can take the time. 2015 to 2019, we went to Dubai. Remember, I sold my tablet and my laptop. And then 2020, I could buy myself a 40,000 worth rand worth of a laptop.
Wow.
So when we say it's gonna come back, it's gonna come back. Like we're saying, our stories are different, but for me, it's just for my family, my kids to be happy, to be able to do the things that they love, and all came through this network marketing business. There are other lot of things that I did, but I just want to highlight those. And the most recent one, leadership. When I was young, we went for a trip because I'm from the Free State, remember? So we went to Durban when we were in primary school. The first time I saw the beach in my life, I'm like, this is where I'm gonna retire, you know? I don't care what. I want to wake up and see this every day. Guess what? 2021, relocated to Durban. I'm living that dream, my childhood dream of seeing the beach or the sea each and every day. I wake up
Leadership.
Here, I can walk. It's 2 minutes, 2 minutes walk from me. So if I was still employed, I would still be waiting for my pension fund or whatever that case, and not living my dream, not living my. Now I have time for myself or movement. You know, that gave me an opportunity to move from this town to this town, but most importantly, to live the life that I always dreamed of. One, what did I say when I started? I said I wanted to be a CEO, right? And I ticked that, like now I've achieved this. And I wanted to live next to the sea when I retired. I said, during my retirement age, this is where, and I'm there now, you know. So to everybody in here, this business can give you everything that you've ever wished for. It's not about talk though, it's about the work. You need to put in the work, because we can always talk of achievements, but along the way, you know that you have to work very, very hard to achieve whatever you set out, your goals, your visions, your dreams. You are going to achieve them as long as you put work.
Wow. What more do I want, leadership? What more do I want? I just only want one thing, leadership. We are in the 90-day game plan, and we want to make sure that we position ourselves, we position those that we are leading, so that when we are getting money, or when they get money, we are also getting money. So what would you, what would you say about that approach, and how has that approach, worked for you? The millionaire maker strategy, how it has worked for you, and what would you suggest to someone who is here and engaging for the first time to the same strategy?
Okay, guys, first thing, when we say you can make $1 million in 90 days, no, that is possible, right? It's possible, but there are things that you have to do. I will say number one, you need to work. Like when we are told like this business, it's an everyday business. Treat it like your job. You know, in your job, you go, you wake up early, you knock at whatever, 7:30, you're on your desk. Even in this business, when you say 90 days, it means the time has been compressed. Whatever your activities has to do with business every day. And you have to set goals, because without goals, you won't achieve anything. So in these 90 days, I will advise a person who is starting to say, I hear they're talking million. Maybe me, I need extra 50,000, extra 10,000. Put your goals. After your goals, you say, how is it that I'm going to achieve this? Because remember, we said you start with 1 + 1, and you need to make a plan. How are you going to achieve? Am I using Facebook? Am I using WhatsApp? And the tools that you need to achieve that, because without those things, you will wonder every morning, you will wake up without any plan or anything. So if you set out your goals and then you set the tools, what is it that I must do? Even if now things must change. If you used to wake up at 8, if you are a full-time person, then it's time to wake up at 5 and start prospecting, start talking to people, start doing whatever necessary. And don't take light the issues of presentations, you know, guys. If you're saying, I want to make money, do things differently. If you say, I want to achieve in this 90-day game plan, even if you were that person that says, I already know the presentation, no, attend each and every Zoom meeting, whatever that is there, be visible, be there. Then you will gain a lot of knowledge, and you will gain you know, when you talk to some people outside, you won't be scared or anything. So those are the things I can advise them for, because without the goals and the plans and the actions, you won't reach anything. So set them up. Even if you didn't reach that 50,000, maybe you've made 20, then you say the next 90 day I'm reaching for the stars, because already you have planned, you have learned. And we have a lot of learning happening in Fox Nation. Some people will just sit and want the millions that we are talking about. That is not going to happen. It will happen when we work this business each and every day. You know, so some people say, I don't find people. How did you? I became a city manager in a town where I didn't know anyone when I started, you know? So it's not about who you know, it's about the work that you put in, the tools that you set yourself, the information that is there on Mining City or in Fox Nation. What is it, what you're doing? Your daily activities will determine how far you go. If you want to sleep and do nothing, then that is what you're gonna get. You will get nothing. But in this 90-day game plan, tell yourself, I must do things differently. Whatever I have been doing, let me change it and try other strategies or other means that before I was doing this, and then change it around. So you will see the results definitely. And then next time you will be a better person. You will be able maybe to talk to people more, but it will be because of what you have started in this 90-day game plan.
Tell us about the power of attending the 27th November gala dinner. How one should position him or herself when it comes into gala dinner. What gala dinner does to someone who finds himself in the same roof with the speakers as well as the program director that we are hosting in the very same day.
You know what, guys, I will encourage you, because some people will say, I'm not ranking up, I'm not attending. Gala dinners will ignite that fire. You know, you will listen to people's stories. You will think I'm the only one struggling, but there is always humble beginnings. So it will make you understand the business better. Maybe you haven't been in a room where people are saying, I've made $1 million. And then you will hear those stories. How? But because you have attended that gala dinner, you will also hear the tips. How can I make my business better? Even the outside people who are not even from your business, you will always hear those advices on how to be a better person, how to make it in this business. So the event is very important, guys. That's when you will learn. That's when you will meet other people. That's when you will realize that you are in a very, very good business. All you have to do is to follow through. Whatever advice you are getting, whatever information that they're going to give you, that will, if it doesn't ignite you or make you shake a little bit, then I don't know. But that is where you will get courage. That is where you will get motivated to do certain things, because you will see people going on stage and ask myself, when am I gonna get there? You know, even if I will encourage you, even if you are not ranking up, just attend the gala dinner. There is so much value in going to these events.
Wow. Thank you very much, leadership. Last words before we close. Anything that you would want to just share before we can call it a day to someone who attended, and that person, you know, it's for the first time he attends our session and did not even grab, you know, what's the core or the bone marrow of our business, and how would you suggest that person to do so that they may get a better understanding of Bitcoin, Bitcoin Vault, Electric Cash, and our business as a whole or in totality?
Okay, so for new people, we here in Fox Nation, like in a week, they are like we're talking about presentations, right? So that you are able to get the knowledge. We have Zoom meetings. We also even have WhatsApp presentation in different languages, because that's where you will get all the information about the business, about Mining City, what coins are we mining, and how we can make money through network marketing. But to that person who's already saying, I'm in, but I'm struggling, I'll also advise you, this business is about people, you know, it's a people's business. If you don't interact with people, if you don't educate people, if you don't talk to people, you won't make money in this business. That is the reality. So make sure that every single day you talk to being, you know, I always tell people like big businesses advertise every day. They don't say we are afraid or now we are fine, we have made money. Treat this as your business and talk to people every day. Prospect every day. When you say prospect, maybe it's people get it wrong. Talk to people. That's all we do. Talk to people every day. And the people who have invited you, they can ask for this WhatsApp groups. We always advertise them because some people don't want to attend Zoom or they complain about that. But there is everything here in Fox Nation every day of the week. So there is no excuse that there's no information, there's no knowledge, there is nothing. So each and every day there is some activity that you can get involved in. So the sooner you do that, the better. Thank you, leadership.
Thank you very much, leadership, for your time, for sharing your story, for leaving stones unturned, you know, and you just left nothing. You shared everything, and the majority of people, you know, would normally say that we bring good stories. We don't talk about the setbacks and, you know, the weaknesses and the challenges that we come across in our journey. And today we are giving you the exact story of what had transpired up until the day you experience, you know, the life that you had anticipated, and you actually, you know, got an opportunity of getting to experience the life of your future dreams in the present. So leadership, may God bless you, and may you have an expansion of your team. May it be very quick to you to reach a city chief manager, and may you have the majority of your people in your team to climb the ladder and to rank up so that you keep the spark in your team. We are blessed to have, you know, a woman like you in our organization. May God bless your marriage. May God bless your children. May God bless your business. May you find everything that you touch, and that thing will be blessed. May all the blessings follow you, reach you, and overtake you up until you don't have any container to contain them. Thank you very much, leadership, for your time.
Thank you so much, leadership. I receive. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much to everyone who has joined us. And let's just, you know, now experience one of the interesting stories that we have in our space. I'm trying to look for a video. It's very slow. It's very slowly. It's coming. It says my connectivity is unstable. Right. I'm waiting for it. It's coming. If you have any question, please pose your question on the chat section. And if probably you were blessed, you know, by the testimony, you may say blessed, so that we know that, you know, our testimony had reached your interest. Be that as it may, let's forget about the video. It's not coming. And next time it will come. Otherwise, good people, thank you very much for making yourselves for our sins. Thank you for your data. Thank you for your time. Go back to the person who has invited you to the session today. If you want to buy a platinum plan, buy a platinum plan, a constant trailer, which I like at the most. And if you buy a gold plan, buy a gold plan. If you want to buy a go for it. If you want to buy a bronze plan, go for it. If you want to buy a standard plan, go for it. Ask the person who invited you, how do I do it? The person will show you, come today. Do you have someone who wants to buy a plan today? If you are that person, give me 7 on the chat section. You have been invited by someone to this session and you want to buy a plan immediately after the session. Give me 7 on the chat section so that don't waste opportunities. Do we have that individual who was invited and that person wants to buy a plan immediately after the session? Type 7 on the chat section. They are still thinking. They are still thinking. They are still thinking. That is fine. The risk in life is not taking a risk. If you are skeptical of taking risk, you are at risk for not taking a risk. Life is about taking risk. Thank you very much. And the time is now 2 minutes past 5. And we are saying goodbye to you. God bless you. And make sure that you connect with us tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Monday, we have a presentation at 8 o'clock. Thursday, we have a presentation at 8 o'clock. Sunday at 4 o'clock, we have a very exciting session, which is called a Sunday testimonial. Thank you very much. May God bless you.